Two men, both seriously ill, occupied the same hospital room. One man was allowed to sit up into his bed for an hour a day to drain the fluids from his lungs. His bed was next to the room's only window. The other man had to spend all his time flat on his back. The men talked for hours on end. They spoke of their wives and families, their homes, their jobs, their involvement of the military services, where they had been on vacation, and everything else. And every afternoon, when the man in the bed next to the window can sit up, he would pass the time by describing to his roommate all the things he could see outside the window. The man in the other bed would live for those 1 hour periods, where his world would be broadened and enlivened by all the activity and color of the outside world. The window overlooked a park with a lovely lake, the man has said. Ducks and swans played on the water while children sailed their model boats. Lovers waltzed arm in arm amidst flowers of every color, and a fine view of the city skyline could be seen in the distance. As the man by the window described all this in exquisite details, the man on the other side of the room would close his eyes and imagine the beautiful scene. One warm afternoon, the man by the window described a parade passing by. Although the man could not hear the band, he could see it in his mind's eye, as the gentleman by the window portrayed it with descriptive words. Unexpectedly, an alien thought entered his head. Why should he have all the pleasure of seeing everything, while I never get to see anything? It didn't seem fair. As the thought fermented, the man felt ashamed first, but as the day passed and he missed seeing more sights, his envy eroded into resentment and soon turned to sour. He began to brood and found himself unable to sleep. He should be by that window, and that thought now controlled his life. Late one night, as he lay staring at the ceiling, the man by the window began to cough, who was choking by the fluid in his lungs. The other man watched in the dimly lit room. As the struggled man by the window groped for the button to call for help, listening from across the room, he never moved. He never pushed his own button, which would have brought the nurse running in less than 5 minutes. The coughing and choking stopped, along with the sound of breathing. Now there's only silence, deathly silence. The following morning, the day nurse arrived to bring water for their baths. When she found the lifeless body of the man by the window, she was saddened and called the hospital attendant to take him away. No words and no fuss, since nurses are quite used to these matters, and as soon as it seems appropriate, the man asked if he could be moved to next to the window. The nurse was happy to make the switch, and after making sure he was comfortable, she left him alone. Slowly, painfully, he propped himself up on one elbow to take his first look. Finally, he would have the joy of seeing it all himself. He strained to slowly turn to look out the window beside the bed. It faced a blinked wall. The man asked the nurse what could have compelled his deceased roommate, who would describe such wonderful things outside this window. The nurse responded that the man was blind and could not even see the wall. She said, Perhaps he just wanted to encourage you in his own way.